we would like to talk about lake restoration. Both developing and developed countries encounter ever-growing challenges to meet basic human needs in a sustainable manner. Expanding of global population affect the consumption of energy increases every second. On the other hand, natural resources are going to be finished one day.
We need sustainable energy because of depletion of fossil fuels, global warming, water scarcity, loss of biodiversity, human healthy impact. Do you know that about 360 to 300 million years ago, Carboniferous period, fossil fuels start to form. Fossil fuel take thousands of years to form naturally. Global primary energy consumption increased by 2.3% in 2013. An acceleration over 2012, increased by 1.8%. Global oil consumption grew by 1.4 million barrels per day, or 1.4%. Coal consumption grew by 3% in 2013, well below the 10-year average of 3.9%. But it is still the fastest growing fossil fuel. Here, the Perak, Malaysia, map. This is the map of Universiti Tunku Abdul Rahman in Kampar, Perak, as we can see that the campus is surrounded by many lakes. Do you believe that there are approximate 10 lakes over there? But how do these huge and beautiful lakes, related to the topic sustainable energy and green technology, that we are going to discuss today?
Future development of the Lake Utah. Build a greener residential area surrounding the lake. Fresh air and clean environment for residential to exercise. Safety playground for children to enjoy the childhood. Recreation activities on the lake. Enjoy dancing fountain at night. A lot happened to the lake water before we can drink it or irrigate the plant. The treatment process begin at the pumping system. First, the lake water flows into the plant. Sticks and trash are removed. The pump generated by the HCPVT system. It also called as high concentration photovoltaic thermal system. It is parabolic in shape, comprised of 36 mirror, which made of recyclable silver-coated plastics. In this system, the photovoltaic chips are able to convert to 80% energy from the sunlight, which is producing up 12 kilowatts of electrical power and 20 kilowatts of heat. The water pumped in the treatment plant is undergo coagulation. Carbon and chlorine is added to the water to kill bacteria and viruses. In flocculation process, alum is also added into wastewater and stirred slowly to form tiny sticky particles. These particles can attract dirt particles from the water. Next is sedimentation process. The water is not stirred and is allowed to settle. This is due to their motion through the fluid in response to the gravity forces acting on them. The heavy particles sink at the bottom of the tank easily. This heavy particles will be collected for others' usage, for example, plant fertilizer. Now, the water was 80% clean. These clean water will flow toward filter tanks, undergoes filtration. Filter tank consists of layers of sand, charcoal, gravel, and fiber. Water flow through the filter tank to ensure that most of the impurities will be removed. Lastly, the clean water is stored in a storage tank which located in the clean room. Clean room has a low level of environmental pollutants, such as dust, Here, it is suitable to produce mineral water. Also, these clean water can used for irrigate the sweet potato. This is the overview of the production of ethanol. Raw materials that collected during the water treatment process can be used to plant some crops such as sweet potatoes and cassavas. Unloading. Sweet potatoes and cassavas are harvested. Feed. Sweet potatoes and cassavas are unloading into the storage tanks. In milling, the entire sweet potatoes and cassavas passes through a mill, which grind the crops into powder. The powder referred to meal in industry. The meal is mixed with water to form a mash. Enzymes are added into the mash to convert the starch into dextrose, a simple sugar. The mash is processed in a high-temperature cooker to minimize the bacteria level. Fermentation begins when the yeast is added into the mash. Dextrose is now converted to ethanol and carbon dioxide. After fermentation, the product is transferred to distillation and purification column. The ethanol is separated from the remaining stillage. The stillage is sent through a centrifuge to separate the coarse grain from the soluble. The coarse grain dried in a dryer to produce dried distiller's grain. Dried distiller's grain is a nutritious livestock feed, whereas the pure ethanol is blended with small portions of gasoline. Finally, biofuel ready for use. Why ethanol? Air cleaner, reducing the carbon monoxide levels, displace petroleum on a 1-to-1 ratio. Renewable and sustainable, blend with gasoline easily, non-toxic, biodegradable. Carbon neutral, environmental and long-term economical advantages over fossil fuel. The impacts of lake restoration. Build green buildings surround the lake to have a better living quality. We can have recreation activities on the lake. Lake water actually is a sustainable energy where benefit to us in a way that able to have drinkable water and biofuel for vehicles. For better environment, better living, and better tomorrow.